Hello, Algebra 1 students. Welcome back to videos. Hopefully you guys enjoyed your time off, but hopefully you enjoy that we are going to start videos again. Today we are going to be doing rate of change and slope. So the first slide, as always, is some definitions and some terminology for you guys. The first definition is rate of change, and that is a change in the dependent variable over the change in the independent variable. Then the next one is slope, which is the vertical change over the horizontal change. And some of you might have heard it as rise over run. And then it's also y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. You can also do y2 minus y1 minus y2 over x1 minus x2, but you have to make sure if you start with the 1 for the y's, you have to have the 1 for the x's also. We'll come across that in a little bit. So for number 1, find the slope of each line. So to find the slope of this line, we're going to find the rise over the run. So the rise would be going up and down. So we go 2 up. So we have 2 up. And then we go 1 over. So it'd be 2 over 1, which we just know is 2. So the slope of this line is just 2. So for the next one, let's do rise over run. So we're going to go down 1, 2, 3, 4, and down is negative. And so if you go right or up, it's positive. If you go left or down, you're going to have negative. So we went down, so we have negative 4, and then we go right, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we go right 4, and so negative 4 over 4 is just negative 1. I want you guys to try to do number 3 on your own, so pause it, and then we'll come back and make sure we have the same answer. Okay, I'm back, and you can see what I did. For our rise, we went up 3, and then for our run, we went over 2, so our slope is 3 over 2. Don't change this into a decimal, because when you do slope, you want it into a fraction, so you could go up and down or right and left. So we're going to keep going. So for the next ones, we're going to be finding slope of a line, but I want you guys to know the terminology of Hoivux, which is horizontal lines have a slope of 0, and when you write the equation, it's going to be a y equals. We're not doing that today, but just you need to know this. And then vertical lines, which are up and down, and horizontal would be flat. Vertical lines have an undefined slope and have when you write the equation, it's x equals. Again, we're not going to do that today, but you will do that in the future. So for number 4, we have, if we look at it, our 2 points make a horizontal line. And if you look back up, horizontal lines have a slope of 0. So we go down and our slope is 0. Next one, our 2 points are up and down, so it makes a vertical line, and so our slope is undefined. You can spell it out or you can just abbreviate it like that. So hopefully you guys understand those. Let's keep moving. Okay, so for 6, 7, and 8, we are going to find the slope of the line that passes through each pair of points. So if you look on the first side, we have our equation y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So this would be our x1, and this would be our y1. This would be our x2 and our y2. And so we just plug in our numbers. So it'd be y2, which is 0, minus y1, which is 1, over x2, 0, minus x1, which is 2. And if we simplify that, 0 minus 1 is negative 1, and 0 minus 2 is negative 2. And then you hopefully see a negative over a negative makes a positive, so our slope is just positive 1/2. Hopefully you guys understood that one. So let's do number 7 just the same way. So y2, which is 5, minus y1, which is a negative 3. Put your parentheses around it so you know that there's also a negative here. So we have 6, which is x2 minus a negative x1, which is negative 2. So minus a negative is plus a positive. So 5 plus 3 is 8 over 6 plus a positive. So 6 plus 2 is 8, which we know is just 1. Okay, I want you guys to pause it right now, do number 8 on your own, and then we'll come back and make sure we have the same answer. Okay, I'm back. You can see what I did. I just plugged in my numbers, and I got 2 over negative 5. So you guys can leave it like that. Doesn't matter where the negative is, but most of you guys see it on the top or out front. So I just showed you that it's a negative 2/5 as our slope. Hopefully you guys understood those. We're going to move on. So for this one, we are going to, each pair of points lies on a line with the given slope. Find x or y. So this is what we're trying to find. We're trying to find the value for y. So we're going to do the exact same thing as we did before with our formula. So we're going to do y. So this is our x1, this is our y1, this is our x2, and this is our y2. So for this one, we are going to do the same thing. So we have xy2, which is y, minus our y1, which is 4, over our x2, which is 3, minus our x1, which is 7. And when we figure this out and we solve it, it's going to give us our slope, but we know our slope, so it's going to equal 1/4, because this is our slope. So to solve this, let's do 3 minus 7, which is, we'll have our y minus 4 over negative 4, because 3 minus 7 is negative 4, and we still have equals 1/4. So to get rid of this negative 4, we multiply each side by negative 4. And we'll have this cancel out. And if you look, this can cancel out to be 1 and 1. So our answer will just be, not answer, our equation will be y minus 4 is equal to negative 1, because 1 times a negative 1 is just negative 1. So to solve this now, we have to add 4 to each side, and our y will equal 3. So to get this slope, a 3 would have to be right there for our slope to be 1/4. I want you guys to pause it, try to do number 10 on your own, and then we'll come back and make sure we have the same answer. Okay, I'm back. I'm going to walk you through what I did. I just put in our numbers for our formula, and then our slope is negative 1, so I equaled it to negative 1. Then, to this step, I just subtracted 6 minus 5 is 1. So we have 1 over negative 3 minus x. And then to get this away, we have to multiply negative 3 minus x to both sides, because this cancels out and that cancels out. So then it'd be negative 1 times negative 3 minus x, and then I distributed that negative 1 to the negative 3 minus x to get 1 from this side is equal to 3 plus x, and I just rewrote it up here so we had more room. And then to get x by itself, we just subtracted 3 from both sides to get negative 2 equals x. So this would have to be a negative 2 for these points to have a slope of negative 1. Hopefully you guys understood that one. We're going to move on. Okay, so for these ones, without graphing, tell whether the slope of a line that models each situation is positive, negative, 0, or undefined. Then we're going to find the slope. So for number 11, the cost of tickets to the amusement park is $19.50 for one ticket and $78 for 4 tickets. So when you have one ticket, it's going to be 19, and then it goes up 19.50, and then it going to go up to 78. So we have a positive slope. So we have a positive slope, And then our slope, for every ticket you buy, you're going to go up $19.50 every time. And we're going to add 19.50 every time. So our slope is equal to 19.50. Hopefully that made sense. Let's keep going and do number 12. So number 12, on the trip, Jerry had his cruise control set at 60 miles per hour for 4 hours. So his entire trip, he was going 60 miles. So he was going 60 here, and he was going 60 here. So if you look at your slide with the Hoivux, it's going to be a horizontal line, and we know a horizontal line has a slope of 0. So we have a 0 slope, and our slope will equal 0. Hopefully you guys understood that one. I want you guys to do number 13 on your own, and then we will come back and make sure we have the same answer. Okay, you can see what I got as my answer. If you read it, it says the price is reduced, so that means it's going down, so we know we have a negative slope, and it's going to go down by $25 every time, so our slope has to be negative, so it's going to be a negative 25. Hopefully those ones came easy to you guys. We're going to do the last couple right now. So state the independent variable and the dependent variable in each situation. Then find the rate of change for each situation. So the first one, Shelby delivered 12 newspapers after 20 minutes and 36 papers after 60 minutes. So our independent variable is the one that does not depend on anything, and so that would be the time. So time is our independent variable, and those are our x values, and our dependent variables, which are our y values, is the number of papers delivered. And so to find our slope, we're going to have to come up with 2 points. So this would be 1 point right here with these numbers, and the next point would be those numbers. So our first one, our x value is going to be the time, so it's going to be 20, 12, and our second point will be 60, 36. So then we just use the formula, so we have 36 minus 12 over 60 minus 20, which is equal to 24 over 40. And you can reduce that, and this time you can get it into a decimal because it'd be 6.6 papers per minute. And that would be our unit for this problem. I want you guys to try 15 on your own, so pause it and then we'll come back and hopefully we'll get the same answers. Okay, I'm back. You can see what I did. Our independent variable would be the weight of the apples, and then the dependent variable, which depends on how many pounds you have, which would be the cost. So then we make our 2 points. So our first point, our x value would be 2, and our y value would be the cost, which is 3.98. Our second value would be the 6 pounds, comma, then $11.94. So then you just use our formula and do 11.94 minus 3.98 over 6 minus 2, and then you get 7.96 over 4, and that is equal to $1.99 per pound. Hopefully that made sense to you guys. Hopefully all this came easy. I want you guys to come back to class ready to work. I hope you all have a wonderful Thanksgiving break, or had a wonderful Thanksgiving break. And I will see you guys Monday morning. Have a good night.